Fight.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be all about what's in my hospital bag, which is right here, which I'll show you in a moment. And my 36th week has started. I packed my bag last night and I have been freaking out since then that the baby could just pop out anytime. So I'm like, okay, I better be prepared. And like pack all my stuff just to kind of relieve myself and get that burden off my shoulder that I still have to pack. I actually started keeping everything together, going through different articles and stuff, even going through my hospital's website, that what all the essentials that I would be needing for the hospital. So I have been looking at so many checklists on Google and other videos and stuff, and finally I decided that I want to keep the stuff that I have in my bag, which you guys can of course take help from. It's a COVID baby, so of course their things will be probably different, but I feel like the essentials would still remain the same during the labor and after the delivery and postpartum, like when I'm coming back home bringing the baby along. So this is my third, because the first bag that I actually packed, it was like a little suitcase, but it was too tiny, it was too little, and things weren't like able to be accommodated within the bag. Then I got another duffel bag which I had at home. It was also a little bit small, probably I'm just packing half of the house, and then I had to order this bag altogether. And yeah, now I have everything pretty much packed up in here. So without wasting any more time, let's get started and hope you all can get good ideas if you are pregnant or you're planning to be conceiving anytime soon, that what else stuff you can be packing in your hospital bag that can help you guys. So let's get started. So the basic stuff, and the very first thing that I actually packed in my hospital bag are the toiletries. So for my toiletries, I do have like a face wash, I have a soap, I have lotion for the face, I have the body lotion, I have a deodorant, I have toothbrush for both of us, me and Jagraj, I have a toothpaste, and I have a sanitizer, like a little pack. Of course, I know the hospital might have it. I have some hair ties. You can even keep some scrunchies if you want. And I have like a clip, a lip balm. Lip balm is very essential because your lips are gonna be probably chapped once you deliver the baby and like it gets too hot. So I kept something with like menthol in it, just so that I have like that little cooling effect over my lips. And I kept like a kohl pencil just to kind of brighten up my eyes once. I don't know if I will actually be able to use it or not, but I was like, okay, nazar ka tika hi laga lungi if nothing else, right? So I have all that for my toiletries. Other than that, I kept a pack of tissue paper. You can also keep, if you want, like shampoo, conditioner, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna be washing my hair right after I deliver. So I might just take a head bath once I come back home. So I didn't really pack it, but I might just see if I really need to. And it wasn't even mentioned in my hospital list, so I was like, okay, fine. Another very basic essential that you can't really afford to miss is like a phone charger. So I kept like a really long cord phone charger. I don't know how long this is, but this is like really long. I don't know how, I think it's 2 feet or something. We ordered it from Amazon, and this is a lifesaver. Like, you really want a long cord charger because you don't know where your bed would be and where the the charger, where you're gonna plug your charger. So you really want a long cord. I just kept an extra one just to be safe. You want to keep some pair of socks, so I kept a bunch of socks for myself and for Jagraj, because the hospital floors are usually gross and you don't want to step down from the bed and making your feet dirty, and like you want to be as hygienic as you can. And other than that, I kept a pack of gum just so that for my partner, and then yeah, it just keeps you fresh, so I just packed it. Now, oh yeah, I did keep a pen here just so that if there is any paper documentation which has to be signed, which of course will be there. Now coming on to the main essentials, I kept like an extra bed sheet. So usually how the hospital room accommodation works is you can book your preferred accommodation by going to the website. So I did prefer a private room rather than a semi-private, because during COVID I didn't want to expose the baby with another family in the room. So we did prefer the accommodation that we want is a private room, but technically everything that you would end up getting on the day of your delivery depends on the availability. So let's hope if I can get the private room. But even then, for the fact they don't have any separate, like a separate bed or recliners for your partner, so he might just end up staying on the sofa for the whole night. But I think I might be the one who's gonna be sleeping and he'll be taking care of the baby, unless if of course I'm breastfeeding, that's the separate case. So I did keep an extra bed sheet. You can keep a pillow or a blanket for your partner if need be. Other than that, I want to show you my clothes first and then we'll move on to baby stuff. I'm just going to keep these things here. I kept two, so these are the set of towels that I kept. I actually kept two big towels and like one small towel, just to wipe off my face, and like if I really want to take a sponge bath I could just use it, and of course one could be used easily by Jagat, so I just kept like an extra towel if that really helped. The next thing that you really want to keep, which is gonna be like a lifesaver, I believe, that's what I have heard from everybody, is a nursing bra. You can't really miss to have like a nursing bra, because your breast would be too sore and the nipples would of course be like, sometimes they end up like being such a mess. So you want to keep a comfortable bra for yourself. So a nursing bra would of course be something that you want to rely on, that you can just unclip and you can feed your baby. And I just kept two of these. So that's one thing. So other than the nursing bras, there are some more essentials that you don't want to miss on. I think the hospitals are gonna provide you with like sanitary napkins and like the adult diapers, which are like the granny panties, which have like a liner installed in them, just because once you deliver the baby you will be bleeding and there's a lot going down there, so you don't want to miss on your adult diapers. So I did keep extra. That's why I'm saying that I probably packed way too much, but it's my first experience, so I might not even know what I would end up using and what I might not end up using. So maybe I could do another video once I come back and I'm like in my routine, that the things you actually would end up needing in the hospital. But I did pack some really extra long sanitary napkins, and I did pack these adult diapers. They look like this. They're you can just use them. You don't even have to worry about staining your panties or anything, and you can just put them on, use it, and then garbage it. So I did keep quite a lot of them. I did keep some pairs of these breast pads, because of course if you are breastfeeding your nipples are gonna be leaking. So just to make sure that I am not like my breast pads, the nursing bra pads, I'm just gonna take them off and put these absorbent nursing pads. So I just keep some pairs of those, kept some extra panties just in case. So that's pretty much it when it comes to my own hygiene and sanitary right after the delivery, because of course there will be a lot going down there. So moving on to the next part, it will be the clothing that I kept for myself. You want to be extremely comfortable and you want to opt for anything that's as loose as you can afford to wear at that time, because once you deliver you're probably still gonna look like that you're 6 or 7 months pregnant. So anything that you might have been able to wear at that point of time, you can actually pack that in. I did keep like a cardigan just in case if I feel cold. So that's a cardigan that I kept in my bag. I also kept this nightie, which is like up to the knee length. It's like a front opening one, just so that it's easy for me if I'm breastfeeding and I can just unbutton it from here and unclip my bra and then feed the baby. So that's, you want the comfort, like you don't want anything else, but you only want comfort at that point of time. I kept a stole just in case if I have to cover my head or if I'm just feeling cold randomly. And for my clothing and coming back home outfits, I just ordered like some very, very loose pajamas. You want to keep like dark colored pajamas. So this is like polka dots and this is like a plain black pajama. You want to keep the PJs as loose as you can, because there will be like stitches down there if you tear, or I don't know, if you're going for cesarean, like you want to be as comfortable as you can. And I ended up keeping like really loose t-shirts. I stole it from Jagraj's wardrobe because nothing else fits me right now, so I can't really afford to wear my own clothes because everything is just too tight. So yeah, I ended up going for 2 t-shirts and 2 pajamas just in case. I am hoping that if everything goes well with God's will and I end up giving a natural birth, I think the hospital is only gonna keep me there for 24 hours. So I might not end up using as many clothes as I have packed for myself, like two or three of them. But I still want to be on a safer side and just keep an extra clothing, you know. Rather be safe than sorry. For Jagraj, I did keep his, I kept his 2 pairs of clothing, like t-shirts and loose shorts and like a pair of belt. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Another essential item that you don't want to miss on is like a zipper or like a water bottle. Just pack any of your favorite water bottles, because it's gonna be too hot when you deliver the baby, and usually you are so thirsty, your lips chap, and you just feel so dry and dehydrated that you want to keep like a sipper. So I have this sipper which I have packed in my bag. I can just refill it with the water there, and then yeah, and keep sipping, you know, just so that I'm able to pass on things very nicely. Yeah. There are a few more things that you will see probably on the hospital checklist, that sometimes people end up keeping essential oils, music, and you know, cameras and stuff. It completely depends on your preference and your choice. For me, I think these were the most essential when it comes to me and my partner. Now, moving on to the baby stuff. Of course, it's my first experience, so I tried every level of my best possibility that, you know, I'm not missing on anything. And I tried, I think, keeping a little bit extra rather than being, you know, like, I just want to secure myself that I don't end up missing on anything once I reach to the hospital, and I'm like more mentally stable that no, I have pretty much, and I'm rest assured. So everything within my power I have packed. So starting off, I packed these 2 hats just so that I can keep the head covered. I packed 2 pairs of mittens, and because once the baby comes out, their nails are usually long and they might end up scratching their face and the body here and there. So you might want to keep a pair of mittens. If you don't have mittens, just keep some socks, and you can just put the socks on, like baby socks, right? Not your socks. Now, other than that, you also want to keep some undershirts, just because if the baby feels cold or if the temperature is not, you know, right, and you think that the baby is like, no, I don't know, just not feeling comfortable, you want to have extra, like an undershirt. This is a full sleeve undershirt. So I'm also going to pack like a half sleeve. I still have to wash it. So once I do that, I'll pack that in the bag. Other than that, you want to keep some onesies, just so that, and you know, you don't really need a socks with it because it does come with like a foot enclosure. So yeah, that's the one. So I have 3 of these, a white, a blue, and a green. So I packed these onesies. And other than that, I also packed a nightie, so that, you know, when the baby's sleeping at night, you can either keep a nightie, or you can even keep like a swaddle blanket. I do have a swaddle blanket which I have to wash, so I'm gonna keep that as well. I told you I have been like packing so much extra stuff, I don't know, but it's just making me feel more relaxed, so that's why I'm like, and I'm all by myself. So other than that, of course, I kept a towel, some burp cloths, just so that, you know, if the baby like muslin cloths are the best, and a little pair of socks. So these are most of the things that I kept for the baby. Other than the clothes, I did pack a pack of baby diapers and baby wipes. I think the hospital is still gonna provide you, but I just kept a little bit extra because you don't know how much they're gonna provide you, right? So yeah, it's always good to pack extra. So I do have these. I do have some wet wipes for us, just to, you know, make ourselves feel fresh and keeping ourselves hygienically perfect for the baby. Other than that, what you also don't want to miss on is like a receiving blanket that you want to keep for the baby. So it's like a blanket where, you know, either you can just wrap him around or swaddle him around, anything that makes your baby feel comfortable. You want to keep a blanket 100%. And one of the most essentials is you don't want to miss on a boppy pillow, like a feeding or a nursing pillow, you can call it anything, because this pillow just goes like that around your tummy, and you can just place your baby onto the pillow itself. Because I think, being a first-time mom, I am not entirely sure how comfortable or easy it is going to be for me for when it comes down to feeding. So as I've heard, is boppy pillow does really like, it really does help when it comes down to, you know, placing the baby near your breast and like making him latch it properly, or your baby latch properly your milk. So that's gonna be the one of the most essential things. I might just probably end up keeping it in my car, but if like I have a lactation consultant there who might want me to get it, I can just ask Jaraj to go and pick it up from the car. So yeah, that's one thing you don't want to miss on. Other than that, because hospital food might suck and your partner or you might end up getting hungry, because that's what I've heard, that after you deliver you might not have been hungry in your life than that point of time. So I ended up packing quite a few different snack items that I think are not perishable. So basically I ended up packing some mixed nuts, so like almonds, pistachios, cashews and all that. I do have different kind of granola bars and like all these protein bars like dark chocolate and different flavors, just to keep us entertained. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think if I would have enough time when I would start my labor, like the contractions start, so I might just end up packing some bananas and some juices, I'll just dump it on top of the bag, because you want to stay home as much as you can when your labor starts, and you don't want to end up reaching to the hospital and then being kicked out of the hospital and go back home, and once you're this much dilated you have to come back. So I might just try to deviate my mind, start packing stuff. Maybe I can just keep a bag of sliced apples, bananas, and like maybe some sandwiches, but I'll make sure that I have everything ready in my refrigerator, and stuff that I can afford not to be wasted or damaged. So yeah, pack of juices and stuff, you can always go for it. Hospitals will of course have like a food court or maybe different restaurants, but maybe if they close you might want to have like a secure hand with some extra food to eat. Now considering my hospital bag, I think I'm pretty much content with whatever I have packed. You want to pack things that makes you feel comfortable. You don't want to exactly go by what I have said. You might just delete or add something if that makes you feel very satisfied that you have pretty much everything in your bag. But yeah, these are most of the essentials that you would need, not going beyond something. I don't know if you would end up needing a birthing ball or stuff like that. Like you will see different varieties. People also try to pack some makeup, like like a tinted moisturizer or mascara, or like lip glosses and stuff. For me, I think lip balm and just a kajal. I don't even know if I'm gonna be ending up using the kajal, but I just kept it because I was like, okay, makeup is on in the every list, so I might just end up going for something. And of course you want to keep a comb to make your hair look nice and tidy. So yeah, if you did like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I hope that this video was really helpful for all the moms out to be there who are expecting or maybe delivering soon. And that's pretty much it for welcoming our babies. And you do take care of yourselves. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share the video if you liked it. Take care and see you guys soon. Bye.